beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha, and before I start this video I want to do a quick garden update because I'm so excited. So our beautiful tree in the back is finally getting its leaves back. It looks like our veggies are growing in. So excited about that. We've got lots of little sprouts. In the front here, I've got my flowers growing in. The petunias are doing great. I can't wait to see how these turn out. And then these are looking really good. It feels so nice outside right now. But anyway, so in today's video, I want to talk to you about something really important to me. It's been on my radar to bring it up in a video for a while now, and I just hadn't gotten around to it. And now finally I ordered some new EMF blockers for our devices, and I thought it's the perfect time to show you and to talk about it. Today I'm going to be talking about EMF, electromagnetic field, also known as radiation. This phone I'm using right now to record this, to put it on YouTube, is emitting radiation. Our computers, our TVs, our whatever it is, if it has Bluetooth or connects to Wi-Fi, it's giving off some form of radiation. If you were to try to look this up on Google, it would probably tell you that your phone is giving off low emitting levels that aren't going to hurt you and blah, blah, blah. But they have done studies all around the world, and they have concluded constantly being on your phone, being close to devices all the time, is not good for human health. It's not good for us. It can affect us all across the board, from little ways to big ways. The smallest being depression, pain in your hand where you're using your device. You could be struggling with your sleep, and then all the way up to glioblastoma, brain tumors. Now, the scary thing about this is that a lot of other countries have done these studies and made changes to their devices, to the Wi-Fi. A lot of people in the army get stationed in Germany. And a pretty wide known thing there is that if you go to Germany, the Wi-Fi doesn't work as good. Everything's slow over there. And that's because they've done studies on radiation and Wi-Fi and how damaging it can be to people. And they have decided to lower the frequencies in their country, lower the radiation to keep their people safer. Now, the crazy thing about that is in the US, they have not updated any standards for this stuff since 1997, since before smartphones ever even existed. So this is something that we really need to be aware of, because there's no standards. The phone companies don't really have to follow any standards. They don't have to follow really any guidelines, and they are going over the safety limits as far as what other countries have decided are safe, and it definitely is impacting our health. I'm going to tell you something a little scary. I don't want to freak you out. Don't worry, I have some really easy practical things that I'm going to be sharing with you, inexpensive things you can do around your house, and that's the whole purpose of me making this video, just to inform you so that you can be aware and that you can make these little changes if you'd like to. Children, our little beautiful innocent children, are 10 times more sensitive to EMF than we are. So the leading cancer in children in the US used to be leukemia. Now it's brain cancer. Brain tumors are the highest rate of cancer for little children in our country. Why do you think that is? It's because over the past so many years, we've been gluing our children to devices. They've been, I'm sure, inside houses more, inside schools, which are all Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled. They're on devices using their parents' phones or on their own phones or laptops or iPads, and their sensitive, growing brains cannot handle that amount of radiation being thrown at them all these hours every day. And it's affecting their cells, it's damaging, and it's causing tumor growth, which is so heartbreaking that that's happening to our children. Now, they've also done studies on glioblastoma, brain cancer in adults, and they have found that just using your cell phone for like 17 minutes a day can increase your rate of glioblastoma. They've found direct links to brain tumors in adults and radiation. So I've tried to talk to people in my real life about this, and obviously, like, I'm not a scientist. I'm just a stay-at-home mom. I didn't go to school for this, so I'm not explaining it like the best way. And then on top of it, I'm on camera, so I get a little camera shy. I don't always word everything perfectly, so you have to kind of understand that I'm just coming from the perspective of just a loving mother who just wants the best for my family. I'm not trying to get like full into the science of it, but I'm just trying to give you like a brief explanation of why I care about this and why I think people should care more about this, and just some simple things that I'm trying to do. Because obviously the closer you are and the higher the EMF is, the worse it is for you. The worse your body is going to respond to it. So I first found out about this back when I lived in Washington State, and this is something really simple that you can do that I used to do. And what I used to just unplug our Wi-Fi unless we really needed to use it. So back then we were doing homeschool with just bookwork, and then I had a DVD player for the kids, so I could go most days without even turning on the Wi-Fi. And I also turned it off at night when we were sleeping, because our Wi-Fi router was plugged right in our room, and it was actually like really close to the kids as well because it was upstairs, and it just made me nervous that it was running all night so close to all of us. So I would just simply unplug it, and I would put my phone on airplane mode before I went to bed. And that gave me the peace of mind that at least knowing that because we're always in the house, that at least I'm like lowering how much is being run through the house all the time. But I can't do that now in this house because we have a security system. So if I were to unplug the Wi-Fi, I wouldn't be able to have the cameras going and the security system on at night. So that's not really an option for us now. But I did find something that I have over my Wi-Fi router that is supposed to lower the EMF that's going out. And I'm going to show it to you. And then I have little things on all of my devices that are also supposed to be lowering EMF, blocking the EMF, and changing the way that your body reacts to it. I don't know why people don't talk about this more, or it's just that kind of thing that like some people just don't care to know about it. It just doesn't bother them. If I find out about something like this, I want to figure out like, what do I need to do to make this better? What do I need to do to make changes? Because I want to keep my family and me as healthy as possible. And don't get me wrong, I am a Christian, totally believe that God is in control, but I also believe that it's our responsibility to like do the best we can do with what we have and to make good decisions. So if I find out that there's something that's possibly or potentially going to hurt me or my kids that's in my home, I'm gonna at least try to make it better. I mean, obviously, if I could go live off the grid out in the middle of nowhere with no internet connection, that would be like my ideal situation, but that's not something that I can do right now. So I'm just trying to do the best I can with what I have. I don't want to completely ignore Heather, because at the end of the day, like, we're the ones who decided to put Wi-Fi in our house. We're the ones who decided to buy these phones and to have the laptops. No one put a gun to our heads and forced us to do these things. And I honestly think that's how they get away with doing this to us, is because if you just follow like the standard of how everyone else is living and how we're basically told and pushed to live our lives, the food we eat, the devices, the phones, the what, like all of the stuff that we're like constantly being pushed in the direction to go, it's all bad for us. It's all like gonna lead us to our death, basically. Very unhealthy things that can make us very sick, but we all have free will. We have we're not being forced, you know, like we have the decisions. We can change our minds about things. And that's the thing, is like, I don't want to feel like, I don't know, like I don't want to get too down the rabbit hole and get too crazy with it. But I realize that I am an adult. I can make these decisions. It does upset me a little bit that we're not protected more by the people who are running things. and that like children are getting hurt and people are getting hurt because of the things that are constantly being shoved down our throats at all times. But like I said, I'm a Christian woman, and I do believe that everyone will have their day in court with God, and they're going to have to face what the decisions that they made and what they did to people. So if you've never heard of shungite before, it's a natural stone that you can buy. You can get natural genuine shungite on Amazon even, and you could get it in the stone form and just like sit it in different parts of your house. A lot of people will put it like next to their desktop computer, or they'll put it right next to their Wi-Fi router. I have a shungite sticker on my phone. I have one on my laptops. There's one on my husband's phone. From what I've heard though, the shungite will only protect that exact area. So the shungite sticker on my phone is pretty big. It's about that big, but there's obviously still other parts of my phone that, like if I'm holding the bottom of my phone, I might still be getting a lot of radiation come out of there. So I decided to upgrade a little bit and get some new stickers. There's this scientist lady who, I don't know if she's a doctor or a scientist, but she holds some sort of credibility, where she created these stickers. They're EMF blockers. It changes the way your body reacts to the EMF. She goes into the whole thing and she explains it all. So I'm probably not explaining it the best way, but I believe her. She's a very well-known person, so I'm gonna link what I bought. But basically she says like put 2 on each phone, put 4 on your laptops, 4 on your TVs, and then she says to put them on each side of your Wi-Fi router. But like I said, I got another thing for my Wi-Fi router. It's a device made out of copper and a couple other materials that are also known to block EMF. And like I said, all these things that I'm talking about, the shungite, copper, all of these things have been proven by science to block EMFs, and they do a great job at it. You can look up other YouTube videos where people talk about it. So yeah, I'm going to take you inside right now and show you all of these little things. And I did want to say this really was just going to be a quick little video to get out. I do plan on having another video out that's a little bit more fun, a little bit more lighthearted. If this is your first time watching me, hello. I like to make videos, just motherhood content, slow living, positive living, budget friendly. We're a family of 6 on 1 income. My husband is currently deployed, so I do a lot of solo mom stuff. But yeah, I'm happy that you're here. This is just a little video kind of introducing you to EMF if you've never heard about it, or if you have, just for me to show you the kind of things that I'm using to hopefully protect my home. It definitely gives me some peace of mind, and I hope that this can bring you comfort. I would always want you to leave my videos feeling comforted and better than you did when you started. I'm not trying to give you anxiety. I'm not trying to freak you out. But I feel like when you're educated, when you're well informed, you can make good decisions, and then you can just feel so much better about what you're doing for you and your kids. And it's just very empowering to, think for yourself. So let's go inside and I'll show you all of my little devices. Okay, so here are the little stickers that I bought. I paid $60 for 20 stickers. So it says infused with over 30 homeopathic frequencies to neutralize the damaging effects that EMFs have on the human body. They are infused in the neutralizers to help reduce the haywire that is caused with EMF frequencies. Here it says long-term exposure to EMFs have scientifically proven long-term negative effects on the body. Tumors, headaches, irregular heart rate, memory decline, impotence, infertility, miscarriage, emotional outbursts, thyroid disorders, blood cancer, cancer tumors, fatigue, cardiac issues, and dementia. So like it says, EMF neutralizers will not change the meter readouts. This is a misconception. If they totally block the EMFs, your device would not work. The tags are infused with homeopathic frequencies, which help neutralize the damaging effects that EMFs have on DNA. So this is the lady who created them, Dr. Valerie Nelson. They're made in America, and she shows here like how many you put on each one. It says doctors are now aware of breast tumors directly where cell phones are placed. Using a cell phone for more than 4 hours per day can reduce your sperm count by 25%. And then using your cell phone for 2 minutes affects the DNA of your brain for over 1 hour after use. It's also something that I stopped doing a long time ago, and that's talking on the phone with it directly on my face. I always put my phone on speakerphone. Another thing I stopped doing is I stopped using my Bluetooth headphones. I used to have AirPods. Honestly, I used to experience pain with my AirPods. I would get pain inside my ears, and I think I'm already just super sensitive to EMF. I bought these really cheap wired earbuds. I'd rather be safe than sorry with the Bluetooth just being so close to your head. So this is basically just made out of copper, nickel, and mesh, and it just wraps around the router, and it has a Velcro fastener on the bottom. I looked it up too on Google just to see, and I did find that it says that copper, nickel are also very good at blocking EMF. And once I put that on my Wi-Fi router, I did notice almost right away that our internet was not working as fast. Kind of happy about that because it made me feel like, oh wow, it works. The internet still works. We're still able to do things with it. Like, it's not super slow. I don't need it to be as fast as the speed of light. You know, I'd rather be blocking the EMF if I can, and I like that it goes a little bit slower because then I feel like it's actually working. They do have a TV, so I have the stickers on the front and on the back of the TV. And I have them on my phone, and we have them on the laptops. I can show you the Shungite sticker. Where's the laptop? And so with the girls, when they're doing their school on the laptop, I do always tell them to sit at the table. I don't like for them to have the computer on their laps. There's the stickers, and then this is the Shungite. It's supposed to be really good too, but I just wanted to get these ones just to make sure that we were getting the most protection that we could. That's pretty much it for today's video. I kind of just wanted to keep it short and sweet and keep it about the EMF. I'm solo parenting right now, of course, so my kids are getting over a bug right now, and one of my daughters is still sick, so I didn't want to spend too much time on my phone making videos right now. I hope that this video helped you. I hope it was encouraging to you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.